Live from the student broadcast team at Erie High School. Provided for free by all of our sponsors. You're watching a production of the Erie Tiger Network.
The camera, yep. Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Alongside me is Justin Carpenter for this rivalry matchup between Frederick and your Erie Tigers, as we are out here in Frederick, home of the Warriors, and we are up high here in the Crow's Nest. In fact, I think Mr. Carpenter here got a nosebleed before the game started.
I got a little winded. Had to work on my cardio, climb those ladders. And no, it's good. It's good to be at Frederick. Excited to watch our girls compete tonight.
Well, the girls coming off what was probably their best performance of the season just a few days ago, last weekend over Roosevelt. In fact, both the boys and girls played very well, and the girls winning in pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, no, they're peaking at the right time. I think they're playing better with the new coach, Coach Pfeiffer. It took a little bit, I think, for them to understand her and her them, and they've been playing better of late, which is great.
The Tigers start this game with Autumn Purcell, Jade Phillips, McKaylee Green, Katie Hunter, and Hallie Hoback.
Definitely. Also want to give a shout out to all of our fans online. Mr. Fox, I know, is a huge Erie Tiger Network supporter. Mr. Fox, we appreciate you online tonight.
By the way, the Frederick girls coming into today at 9-10.
Big win off of Meade, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Mr. Bird, didn't they? I think they beat Meade last week.
Yeah, you look at this Frederick War. They're only 2-8 in league play, but they actually lost to Meade 41-36. So they did knock off Skyview a couple games ago, but you go back to when these two teams locked up last time, and Frederick came into Erie and snuck away with the win, 50-44.
They're definitely going to rely on their outside shooting, I know, from last time. They love to shoot the ball from deep. Last time it seemed like they had success with that, especially late in the game.
And the whistle here and a turnover there for Frederick. So the Tigers, they are sitting in playoff position. Of course, I believe it's 6 teams make the playoffs here, Mr. Carpenter? What is
48.
48 teams make the playoffs in 4A.
Yep. The top 32 get a host. So we're right on that. We're right on that edge right now of hosting a home playoff game.
Now Tarnowski into the open court. The shot is waved off, but she will go to the line to shoot 2. Early foul here, 1 each for both teams so far. The last couple girls games we've seen, it's actually been pretty cleanly played as they give Hoback the foul. That is her first personal. And actually they were quick on the scoreboard. That's the team first as Tarnowski hits the front end.
It's going to be a wire-to-wire contest, and I know the last game was very exciting, so we're expecting the same here with maybe a different outcome. Frederick's going to press, too. I know that was in talking to Coach Pfeiffer in meetings. That was something that she was expecting, and I know girls have been prepping for all week.
Hoback will fire, and that one is blocked. Hoback saves it back to Phillips. Little jumper at the block, and that's made there by Katie Hunter, and the first bucket of the game for the Tigers.
Looks like we're going to press as well, at least up until half court. And
now a kick. That's Tarnowski, and that's a little too strong. And Hoback with the rebound. That's something I think the Tigers have done a lot better the last handful of games, is rebound the basketball.
Yeah, definitely. Rebounding, I don't know. You know, not being a basketball coach, I think it's more about effort and want to than anything. I don't know how much you can teach that skill. I think it's got to be ingrained in you. We got some girls that get after it.
Now Green will pull up for the Jade. A little too strong. Rebounded off onto the far side. Warriors with it here. 5.5 minutes left to play here in the quarter. Little kick out there to DeSantis. She'll drive into the teeth of the zone here. Off the windows, no good. Gets her own rebound. Putback's no good. And then slammed hard to the floor is Chavez. And Tigers is having a little bit of problems holding on to the ball here to start this game.
I just think like anything, you need to settle in a little bit. Bringing in some subs to hopefully settle the nerves.
Caitlin Patterson, Sammy Irby set to check in here for the Tigers. Hoback and Green will come out. Patterson had a solid second half against Meade earlier last week, in which the Tigers were down 16 and had a chance to tie at the buzzer and couldn't quite get it to fall.
Yeah, that was a great way to come back, though. That was a great game. KP's really came on towards the end of the year. She's been playing really good basketball.
KP with it now into the front court. Tigers attacking down low. Jumper from the short corner. That's off the mark and then tapped out of bounds, and that'll be Tiger basketball. Tigers 6-13 overall this season. They are 3-7 in Tri-Valley League play. If you were to look at the Tri-Valley League standings, you'll see Erie sits right in front of Skyline and Frederick, as that one is hit
with the
from
three
deep
ball
by Autumn Purcell.
Autumn Purcell, senior, doing a great job for us. Has played for 3 different coaches in her 4 years of basketball, and she's just persevered throughout all that. She's a great kid, great student too.
Now Patterson with it, weaves into the lane. Tigers.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, good quick ball
Took the
movement.
words out of your mouth. I'm sorry, Mr. Bird. This is not my show. This is yours.
The shot is up, no good. Rebound put back, and Tigers can't quite get that to fall.
It'll be interesting to see how long Frederick stays in the press. Last game at Erie High School, I think they pressed the whole game, and they didn't really have much success with that.
Rebound on the near side by Phillips. Tigers will push with some pace. Patterson gets it blocked. Tarnowski with it. Now she'll run it up the court. That shot is no good, and pretty quick pace here to this one.
It's like a track meet a little bit.
Now
KP from deep.
Just a little bit short that time. Either team has really settled into the rhythm as we are now almost 5 minutes in. Nice feed down low.
Pass. This guy at the bottom's got a active whistle tonight. Active whistle at the bottom of the screen.
That was Aspen Dufour that was fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. They will ultimately tag that foul to Jade Phillips. That is her first, now the team third here on Erie. As Dufour hits, and Frederick 3 for 3 from the line to start this game. Always pretty fun environment when these two teams lock it up, and I imagine we'll start to see the crowd fill in a little bit more as we get deeper into this game.
And definitely, I hope so. It's fun for the kids. It creates a good experience for them, and that's what high school athletics are all about. That and the Erie Tiger Network.
Another block shot there for Frederick, so I think Coach Pfeiffer ready to send some fresh faces on here and hope they can provide a little bit of a spark. We're talking about Caitlin Patterson. She suffered an injury and missed a large part of December into even early January, but since she's come back, That was against Frederick when she kind of came back. She has put up double digits in every game in her return.
Yeah, she was out with a sprained MCL, I believe, and really worked really hard to get back, really worked hard in the training room and took care of herself, and glad to see her back. She's going to be a big part of our team as we make a push in the next couple weeks.
Jessie Teller gets tagged with team foul number 2 there for Frederick, as Elena Dwinall will head to the line. First free throws tonight for the Tigers as that one hits off the front iron.
It'll be interesting to see if the pace slows down a little bit as we continue on. I know that's kind of been the strength of our team. It seems like as games go on, our team gets stronger and can rally around. So hopefully if we can keep this going, it'll be a good news for the Tigers.
And an entry pass down low and a foul call. That was Anna Hefner that tried to catch that one, and Dufour kind of stepped in front of her and tried to cut off the passing lane, but not before giving her a little love tap.
A little love tap. That's a good way to put it. Give her a forearm shiver.
Green tries to pass it in. That one is hit off, and they'll say off a Frederick foot, I think, before it rolled out of bounds. 2:23 left here in the first quarter. Tigers trail at 8-5 here in Frederick.
Good defense by the Warriors, denying that pass.
Tigers have tried to get in a few times. It's the third tip pass in a row. And stolen away there by the Warriors. Up the floor went Himmelstrand. And the runner is no good, but a foul coming. That was Chavez that took it to the rack, and they will tag that foul to Autumn Purcell. That's her second foul now.
That's early.
5th on the Tigers here in the quarter.
Those are sequences that don't seem like much in the first quarter, but if this is a close game in the fourth quarter and beyond, you really look at those plays and you want those back.
Already the third trip to the line here for the Warriors, and they're 5 for their first 5 from the stripe. In fact, as a team on the season, only a 48% free throw shooting team.
Did you just make that up, or is that
legitimate?
That's legitimate. Can we do a fact check on that?
Right here.
That was way too fast.
202 for 420.
Oh my gosh.
But they're 6 for 6 tonight.
That's why he's the best in the business, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all night.
Another turnover there for the Tigers. We talked about how the Tigers rebounding a little bit better.
What's that percentage, Mr. Bird?
You know, I don't know rebounding difference, but in 3 of their last 4 games, they've rebounded over 30 rebounds. You go before that, you have to go all the way back to that Roosevelt game on January 9th before they eclipse that again. So I think they've been a little bit stronger in that area. 10-5 the score here. Tigers trail the Warriors. Patterson looking to break the press here. Patterson picks up her dribble, gets it across, and timeout called by Coach Pfeiffer.
It's a good timeout.
With 1:41 left. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. Tigers trail it here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages. We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of each month.
Smart.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Justin Carpenter on color.
Thank you, Mr.
Sid
Bird.
O'Brien producing, and Grayson Blaylock, our cameraman.
The best
here
team
today.
in the Tri-Valley as far as the network goes.
Hey, we got to be the best at something, right?
Well,
besides softball.
Softball is pretty good.
Football this year.
Football is pretty good. Our unified team is rolling right now, Mr. Bird. We got a lot of good things going on at Erie High School. It's a great place to be.
The unified team played earlier today.
They did. We came up a little bit short against the Warriors, but every week they're improving and they're having a lot of fun. We got to work on our celebrations a little bit and our dance moves, but Coach Cooper's going to get on that.
Patterson drives into a slew of white jerseys and jump ball there. 1:09 left. Tigers will inbound here. Only for the Tigers, 2 made field goals, one by Autumn Purcell and one by Katie Hunter. And Tigers have just struggled really even putting up shots. A lot of blocks here in this first half for Frederick.
Frederick's a tall team, but we're not really protecting the basketball either. It's you never really worry about Erie girls basketball either. As long as they're within striking distance, if they can keep it in, single scores. It's I don't really worry about our team too much. We're gonna give ourselves a shot.
Frederick with it now, attacking the front court left. That's Dufour, little bounce pass down low.
Strong post move.
Off the window is Shea Chavez.
Is that a basketball term, off the window? What are you talking about?
Yep, the window. It's a clear backboard.
Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying.
This is our athletic director, ladies and gentlemen. 18 ticks left. Tarnowski will take it over the midline. Open up top is Teller. Drives through the lane, and that's no good. Offensive board, put back, and that's up and in. And so the Warriors, they close the half strong here as a last-second shot. No good.
Good look for Jade.
But the Tigers will trail it 14-5. We'll step into another commercial here, see if the Tigers can get back on track in quarter number 2.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on
And welcome back live into the Erie Tiger Network. Start of quarter number 2 as Erie trails it 14-5 after kind of a sluggish first quarter there.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Need to respond a little bit on both sides of the court.
Zip pass across the lane. That's partially blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Hoback. And the foul's starting to pile up a little bit, too, for the Erie girls. For Hoback, I believe that's her 3rd foul. It is. That's the 6th team foul now here on Erie.
I do know one of the good things is on that last game against Frederick, we did build a little bit of depth. We had 12 girls that were on the bench, and all 12 girls got to play. Attempting the second free throw, and that's good as well. 16-5, Frederick Warriors. A lot of body.
And the Warriors now, they have started 8 for 8 from the line.
Yeah, reminds me of myself playing horse in pig.
From 2 feet in.
In the school.
Twinel with it now.
A long pivot.
Off to Green. Tigers still just
Gotta
not quite in sync.
Yeah, just got to control the basketball. That's the name of the game of how to be successful. We're blessed with the gift of time that it's early, but then that's also your worst enemy when you're down as well. You keep looking at that clock.
7:14 in. Another foul here on Erie. And we early in the year, it seemed like every game, both teams were in the bonus to start the second quarter. And then we've kind of gone through a stretch where that hasn't really happened. As that free throw is up and good.
Is that 9 for 9 right now?
9 for 9.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of myself. With the women's ball.
Tell her again.
No, that's not like me.
Well, you know, you try and get the announcer's jinx, and then sometimes I think when you try and do that, you reverse jinx yourself.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
one time I called it Sterling versus Yuma girls as Autumn Purcell hits from deep.
We needed that one.
That is only the third field goal of the game for the Tigers, second three ball. And this is a team that has not hit a lot of threes.
Tigers down by 9, got it within single digits. They need to put some possessions together. Good crowd. We really do appreciate all the Tigers supporters in the crowd tonight. Our parents travel extremely well on both our girls and our boys' side.
I was going to say, I did a Yuma Sterling girls game once in which Yuma was a 48% about, as that one banks in, free throw shooting team. And in the fourth quarter of that game, they went off to shoot 20 of 21 from the line.
Wow.
And won the game by 3.
20 of 21. That's what big players do, though. Big players make big plays when it matters.
Now Patterson trying to make a big play. That one's a little too strong, though. Rebounded away by Chavez. Entry pass down low, finally corralled, open in the lane, and the jumper's good to go by Chavez. She's got 8. That leads all scorers. And Tigers on a pretty big hole here. Layup is no good, and it hit off the bottom of the backboard off the arm of a Warrior, and it should be Tiger basketball.
See if we can get the possession in. This is the same situation that we were in a little bit ago.
Fans, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Erie TigerNet. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page or check us out online at ErieTigerNetwork.com.
Strong take.
And so Tigers finally get a bucket to go there. That's Anna Hefner. And man, I tell you what, the Hefner siblings look like they could be triplets.
I wasn't fortunate enough to know the other students as well, but I do know she has a bright future ahead of her in the Tigers, so we're excited to have her.
And misses that one, the freshman. The Tigers cut it back to an 11-point lead. Through the lane, off the window, but a charge is called as Patterson stood her ground and took a kind of a forearm shiver right to the chest.
She looks like a triple jumper. Whoever that was from Frederick, that was just bounding through the lane. Good job by KP. That's a tough charge to take.
First personal foul on Tarnowski, and now both teams with 7. Nice pass down low. Hefner, reverse layup off the glass and in.
I am glad she's a freshman. You're going to be saying that name a lot, Mr. Bird, over the next 3 years.
Athletic, good hands. I think sometimes in the girls' game, when you have kind of a tall girl down low, they don't always have the best hands.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed about Anna, really catches the ball well.
Yeah, very athletic. You know, exact opposite of yourself at times.
It's the Erie Tiger Network roast hour.
No, just joking.
Hey, you saw, I'll get on the floor for
Definitely.
those loose balls.
We played staff dodgeball last year. Mr. Bird was on the floor more than any Erie athlete I've ever seen, putting it all out there for the staff team.
Well, a timeout on the floor. We are going to also take a quick timeout. 30 seconds here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
There you go. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. Sid the Kid O'Brien producing.
Yeah, you got nicknames.
She's killing it.
What's Grayson's nickname?
Grayson the Ace. The ace in the hole. We call him Grace the Ace.
That's nice. You just made that up.
I did. Rebound offensively there for Frederick. Ball up, no good. Rebound away by Purcell.
Pushing the pace.
She'll race it down the lane and over the top of the defender, and a charge called as Tarnowski was camped underneath the hoop.
I believe that's 3 on Purcell.
Purcell, yeah, I believe you're right. Her third. It's going to be the 8th team foul now here on Erie.
Getting 4 before first half is kind of that quick path to the bench for the third quarter.
Both Purcell and Hoback with 3 fouls right now. Purcell reaching in, and they're going to call a foul here on somebody. And I don't know how you can call that on. Well, maybe it was, they didn't call it on Autumn. So they were saying, I think, that it was on Dufour, and she pushed Autumn. Okay. The Erie girls were acting like the foul was called on them.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like here.
And so now Purcell will go to the line.
What would Autumn's nickname be? Autumn Purcell, Mr. Byrne.
Automatic.
Automatic Purcell. I like it.
As she hits there. See, automatic.
It is going to stick.
On the year, Purcell.
I think she's 72%.
Close. 49%.
Okay.
19 of 39. In fact, that would have pushed her right up to 50. Tigers have cut it back to within 7 here as Harrell will check in for Purcell with 3 fouls. Frederick up the floor. Bounce pass off. Near side arc. Trying to feed it low, and Hefner doing a good job down in the block, really pushing that post player out, but she's going to get called for a little push.
We're on pace here for a 50-plus foul night. These guys are active.
Frederick back to the line. 9 of 10 from the stripe.
I believe that's 90%.
The mathematician here, folks. Patterson with it now. Into the short corner for Harrell. Tried to swing it back in the lane, now kicks. Patterson thought about the 3, will drive, gets stripped, but a reach is called on DeSantis. That's her 2nd, I believe. Now the 8th foul here on the Warriors, and really 9th foul.
Yeah, it really seems as though Frederick is just hammering down inside the lane and not really letting us penetrate too much, but then making us beat him on the outside.
Actually called that on DeSantis as her 1st. All right, we'll roll with that. Patterson.
5-point game for the Warriors. This is kind of where basketball players and coaches, they make their money, is closing out halves and closing out games. It's where the good teams always seem to kick it into an extra gear.
And another whistle away from the bucket, kind of pointing toward Sammy Irby. And now the Warriors in the double bonus. Well, we may be here till about 7:45. And then the boys game.
Mountain Standard Time.
Now for those watching in Illinois, you know, we have some basketball fans in Illinois that watch quite regularly.
The Erie Tiger Network's all over. That's the great thing about your service, Mr. Bird.
You know, when we looked at the analytics after the football season, we had discovered that the Erie Tiger Network had been seen for at least some amount of time in all 50 states. So
that's amazing.
So that's pretty cool.
Could not be possible without the community support, especially during that football run. I know we had some great sponsors and community members that value the work that you and your students do and financially supported us in that.
Now Patterson will bring it up over the midline. Tigers trail by 5 here. Nice little dish there by Patterson, and McKaylee Green off the window gets it to go.
More of those.
Pass ahead as Frederick breaks the press. Can't hit the layup though. Harrell will clean up the boards. Patterson with it along the far sideline. Nice behind the back dribble. Bounces off with the left hand into the corner, and that one is tipped out of bounds.
2 minutes left. Cut the lead at one point. We were down by 11, now down by 3. Tigers kind of getting back in the mix here a little bit.
Now Jade weaves through the lane, tried to bounce it, and they'll say a kick. I think it went off the knee.
Kickball. Pretty good kickball player in my day. Whenever I could utilize a ghost runner, I always would, and worked out for me.
Now Phillips with the top of the arc. Harrell's going to line up a 3, and she hits that one.
We got a tie ball game here.
Kylie Harrell hits the deep ball, and all of a sudden, Erie has stormed back. They were down 13 in this quarter, and they have tied it up. Another really hard pick there as Tigers have pressed, and there's been some bodies hitting the floor.
This is a physical brand of basketball right now on both sides. They are getting after it.
Is this system of a down basketball? Is that when the bodies hit the floor?
I don't believe that's system of a down, Mr. Bird.
You know
Can
what?
we do a fact check on that?
We are going to do a fact check.
It's drowning pool.
Okay, you know what? It wasn't my genre in high school.
Jeez. It's amateur hour here on Erie Tiger Network, Tiger fans. Mr. Bird will be here all night.
Green hits the first, can't hit the second. The Tigers have the lead here in this game. Harrell with a nice steal.
First lead of the ball game, correct, Mr. Bird?
I believe so, as that one goes through the hands of Harrell and out of bounds.
That's the one thing that is awesome about basketball is it's never over. A 10-point lead can turn into a 2-point, swing the other way within a matter of minutes.
Another bucket there and back. With the lead is Frederick, 23-22, 1:36 remaining. Patterson.
She thought about it.
She did think about it. Harrell can't quite hit that one. Ooh. Last possession, Harrell made her third 3
Good
of the
job.
year.
Jump ball by Jay. That's a great effort play right there. Great effort play. Give the Tiger a valuable possession. See if they can turn something out of that.
As we all know, Jade, extremely smart, but probably one of the hardest workers on this school. But the amazing thing about this girls basketball team, how do you decide who the hardest academic worker is between Hunter, McKaylee Green, and Jade Phillips?
I would put our starting 5 up against anyone else in the state academically. They work hard. They're grinders all the way through, and they challenge themselves. They don't take the easy way out. Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought of that, Mr. Bird. We got some high-achieving players in the classroom with AP offerings and opportunities post high school.
And that pass will overshoot. Oh, the target, and McKaylee Green. And this game is getting more and more physical as we go. Fans, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also like this video here on YouTube, and well, that'll kind of get us more visible. Bounced off low to Green. And the ball is stripped away, and that'll roll out of bounds.
They didn't really know who they were going to give possession to. One official looked at the other, and figured it out. 45 seconds left in the first half.
Tarnowski with it now. Playing catch there. Driving a pull-up jumper by Himmelstrand, and she gets that one to go.
Hopefully this will be, we can maintain possession. Oh, I jinxed it. That's that rookie mistake on my part.
It's the announcer's jinx. You're not used to it. It's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 ticks left here. Frederick. Not too often, though, do you see girls basketball necessarily play for last shot. Usually they play for the first best shot, as they do right there. That's off the mark. Rebounded away by Green. 3 seconds left. Phillips is going to go for another long shot, and that one will come up short. But the Tigers, they turn a 13-point deficit into a 1-point halftime deficit. We're going to take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
There's a beast deep inside you. It will not die.
Ooh.
It will fight back.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Click the search bar on the top right-hand corner of the screen and search up Erie Tiger Network. Click the channel icon and then press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about when we post. Click the thumbs up icon to like the video. To enter full screen mode, press the icon on the bottom right-hand corner. To skip forward or backwards 10 seconds, double tap the left or right hand side of the screen. Press the pause button in the middle of the screen to pause the video. To skip to a different video, press the skip button when the video is paused.
Hi, my name is Caleb Humble. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Everybody, welcome in. It's halftime, and well, a pretty good first half there, at least closing-wise for the Tigers. A lot of foul, a couple Erie Tigers in some foul trouble, but Autumn Purcell with 7 points. Patterson with a couple, Hunter, Phillips with a couple, Irby, Harrell with 3 each, and 4 for Anna Hefner. Really a balanced attack that half from Erie, as it seemed like through the first quarter and a half, Erie's offense was just kind of stuck in the mud, and then all of a sudden, well, a big 3 by Autumn Purcell kind of re-sparked the team, and they stormed back from being down 13. At one point they took the lead, and now down only 1.
I kind of always wonder what coaches talk to their teams about in halftime, and I could only imagine that Frederick wants them to play like they did in the first quarter in Erie, and Coach Pfeiffer looking for a performance of that second quarter. It's kind of, I believe the Tigers scored 19 points in that second quarter, if my stats are correct.
You know what? I have to go back. I think it was 13-5 at the end of the first.
I believe so. I have to check the Google.
14-5. So 11 points in the quarter.
Carry the 2. Yeah, we're good.
We have the abacus out on the table. I think Coach Fox and Coach Pfeiffer, a couple math teachers coaching basketball.
Yeah, hopefully it rubs off up in the crow's nest.
About a minute left here to the start of the second half. If you are Coach Pfeiffer and you were in the locker room during halftime, what kind of adjustments are you trying to make with this team?
I just think they need to settle down a little bit and play. It sounds cliche, but just play basketball. We have broke their press consistently. We just got to settle down and make shots as soon as we do that, and we'll be okay. Just play basketball. How about you, Mr. Bird? What's your halftime adjustment?
Yeah, I don't ever make adjustments. I just have one brand of basketball. You rebound, you play good defense, and you take care of the ball, and everything else will take care of itself.
That's old school. I like it.
So here we go, start of quarter
That's kind of
number
Patriots
3.
of you. That's kind of Patriots, Bill Belichick.
It's why I had a middle school dynasty.
It's where you're, yeah. He's wearing a hoodie up here too, folks. You can't see him.
Green will shoot to start the half, and that one will come up a little short. Same starting 5 here the second half as we had for the game with Phillips, Hunter, Hoback, Green, and Purcell. Now Dufour with it down low, a little up and under move, draws the foul and the bucket, and will go to the line for the and 1. And so a good start to this half for Aspen Dufour, as she now has 6 points. And Frederick, who started their first 9 for 9 from the line, are 0 for their last 4.
Yeah, the Dufour cousins on the Frederick team have been kind of a thorn in the Erie Tigers for a while, on the softball field as well. They're great athletes.
Purcell looking for some help here in the backcourt. Now she'll bring it up herself over the midline. Into the corner for Green. Zone defense here for Frederick. A little 2-3 zone. Ball kicked off the foot of Hoback. Back the other way goes Frederick down the lane. And a block there for Purcell, but it went straight to DeSantis, and she laid it up and in.
Being in the right place at the right time can definitely benefit you.
Hey, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
I would rather be both myself, but I do agree with you, Mr. Bird.
Hunter, the jumper in the corner, and she hits that one.
4-point game for the Warriors lead.
Katie Hunter, her first basket since the first made bucket of the game.
That's a tongue twister.
And a foul going to be called. I think that's going to be on Hunter. And let's see here. That's already the second foul of the half for the Tigers. And no, they will call that one. Yep, they do, on Katie Hunter. And back to the line go the Warriors. This time, Shea Chavez. That one will trickle off on the left side.
That's definitely one of the keys that benefited the Warriors in that first half, is their free throw shooting ability. They were on fire.
Chavez on the year, 34 of 63, 54% from the stripe. one will come up short. She's 2 of 4 tonight. 4-point lead here for Frederick.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Steve Gratton watching at home. He's always a huge supporter of everything that we do athletic-wise. And last year he tried to resign as wrestling coach, and we didn't let him. He's still around.
And he is now an honorary member of the Erie Tiger Network. You may not know this, you probably, as there's a bucket on the near side by Dufour. Over the weekend, you saw Izzy Hagman and KJ Kelly wrestling on Periscope.
Yep.
That was actually Coach Gratton doing that work for us.
Fine
so,
camera work.
So Coach Gratton getting
Yep.
on the Erie Tiger Network.
Yes, sir. The check's in the mail, Coach. Check's in the mail for your services. Just keep an eye out for that. It's on the way.
Back-to-back buckets here by both teams. Still a 4-point game. We will be with the wrestling team this Friday as they head up to Greeley for regional action. And I believe we will also have a student crew out at Holy Family for the Holy Family basketball game.
Yeah, we have a busy weekend of Tiger Athletics. It's exciting, though, too. This is an exciting time of year as we start to look at postseason.
I always kind of think that right around the end of January is kind of just the year-long lull, and then you hit playoffs, and it's kind of all downhill from there.
February, too, with it being such a short month, it really does just fly by. So it's gonna be baseball before we know it, and blizzards and cancellations. Probably Coach Simmons is freaking out about that, I'm sure. Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Phillips for 3, and she splashes the nylon.
3-point game. That's a huge shot by Jade Phillips, senior leader.
Third 3 of the game for the Tigers. Turnaround jumper no good. Rebound putback no good. Patterson gets knocked to the floor, and they're going to call a reach, I believe, on Chavez. That'll be the first team foul of the half here for Frederick, and the second on Shea Chavez. Tigers again trying to break the press here. They do. Patterson, excellent ball handler, off to the far side. Now Green has at the elbow. Patterson drives in, tried to cross over in the lane and just got it poked away.
Really is tough business when you get in the middle of this Frederick Warrior defense.
And a 3 ball is good by Tarnowski. She's now got 9 in the game. That leads all scorers. And Frederick back on top here. And actually, I think they gave her a deep 2 there.
That is correct.
Now Patterson stuck in the corner, and she, I believe, will get called for the charge.
It's an interesting ball.
Third team foul now with a half on Erie. Check that, make that the 4th team foul. As a couple Warriors will come in. We will have boys basketball following this one. So be sure to tune in for that on YouTube. And as always, like and subscribe. And a charge called back the other way. And they will charge this foul to Tori Dufour.
It's a good play on words there, Mr. Bird.
That's why they say bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
Ooh, layup can't quite fall there for McKaylee. That was halfway down before it popped out.
Should go. I don't know if these rims are regulation size at Frederick. You may want to look into that.
Six-point lead here for the Warriors. And another foul call, this one on the floor. And I think they're going to tag that one I thought they called it on number 5, but there is no. They called that on Anna Hefner. It was improper ref mechanics. That's what it was.
Yeah, that should be a foul in itself. It's been very tough to get in a flow, it seems like, this third quarter for both teams, really. A lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage.
Hefner again, another nice little step in there. Now Purcell, the runner, off the side of the backboard.
Good
Rebounded,
rebound.
though, by Irby, and then threw it off the back of the leg and then out of bounds of a Warrior.
Possession. This has been kind of a challenge for the Tigers to get the possession in from underneath the basket. Let's see if they made any halftime adjustments towards that.
3:07 left here in the third. Phillips trying to inbound. Will finally dump it into Patterson, who kicks it to Hefner. That one a little short. Good rebound there by another freshman. That's Irby. She'll go up with the left hand. Can't get that one to go. And another offensive board here for Erie. They'll reset. Near side, Patterson fires and hits it from deep. Caitlin Patterson, her first field goal of the game. And the Tigers back to within 3.
Could not pick a better time for her first field goal. Great setup, great approach.
And a charge called as Hefner, playing like a wily vet there and not happy with that call, was Tori DeFore as she bowled over the top.
On her, Mr. Bird?
Believe that is her fourth foul.
That's a one-way ticket to the bench. That's tough to play with 4. You gotta be a smart player.
Now Purcell with it, top of the arc. See if that 3 by Patterson gets her going a little bit here. Down low to Irby. Spots up, can't get it to go. Tried to get her own rebound. The ball was slapped away from her. Now Aspen will race up the floor. Crossover dribble in the lane, draws contact, can't get it to go. And they'll call that one on Irby as she came in late with the body contact. And I believe that's her second. And already for the Tigers, the team 6th.
It's going to be a drawn-out fourth quarter with the way the fouls are shaping up.
Aspen Dufour, 5 of 6 from the stripe as that one falls. On the year for Dufour, only a 47% free throw shooter. She has 155 attempts on the year. And that one is good, so might be below 50% on the year, but she's 7 of 8 here tonight and a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Tigers trail it by 5, 2:07 remaining here in the third quarter on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
Open up a browser and look up.
Would you rather have him or Phil Sims?
Him, by far. By far. I don't even think it's close. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. So we were discussing our least favorite color guys.
And our favorite. Mr. Bird was on the list. I will not tell you which list that was.
Ahead goes Dwinell. Into the lane, draws contact, can't get that one to go, but she will go to the line. And now a foul on Aspen Dufour as she stares down the referee. They just kind of had a little staring contest down there. And I'll tell you what, the person wearing the stripes.
Communication is at its peak right now.
Yeah, person wearing the stripes typically wins that one, though.
Yeah.
That free throw will come up short.
It's really fun to watch Dwinell play. She's kind of the fire starter for us. She really gets things going. Attacks the basket.
Only a sophomore is Dwinell. Erie needs a strong close here to this quarter. Can't get that one to go.
Great hustle by KP on that. That was a great hustle play, giving that extra effort.
Now Autumn Purcell back into the game.
What's the viewer?
Tigers attacking into the front court left here. Nice
Good
pass.
entry pass.
Good ball movement there for Erie, and Purcell can't quite get that one. Thought that one was going in. It looked good off the fingertips.
From our vantage point here in the 500 section, Frederick High School looked on the mark.
Now Tarnowski with it.
5-point game.
And tipped just off the fingertips of McKaylee Green. A lot of tip balls from both defenses here.
So far, this game is kind of living up to everything that we expected. We knew it was going to be a close one, and it has so far.
And another foul, and that's going to be on Autumn. And is that her fourth?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
And that is.
Four on number 3.
And now that is the 7th team foul. So for the rest of this game, the last 8 minutes and 52 seconds, Frederick will be in the bonus.
It'll be interesting to see, though. This is where good teams can really show their depth and persevere through foul trouble and everything else, and they can come at them.
Tarnowski hits that one. She's 3 of 3 from the line here tonight. One will roll off, rebounded there by Green. I think the biggest improvement to the Tigers' rebounding has been off opponents' free throws. They gave up a ton of offensive boards at the start of the year, and they haven't really done that as much here the last few games. 38 ticks left. Frederick basketball on a 6-point lead here at home. Spin there by DeSantis, tipped away by Patterson.
Great job
They'll push
by
the
KP.
pace. Nice pass up to Jade off the window, too strong. And poked away there by Green, and that'll stay Frederick ball. Twenty ticks left here as Tarnowski has it. Pirouetted around Patterson and then just tossed out of bounds. A little miscommunication there between
Passed it to
Hemmelstrand.
Mr. Tyson, walking in for the boys' game, and Mr. Tyson was ready to accept that pass, but declined it.
Smart play there by Patterson. We'll let that one roll up the court a little. 5 seconds left. She'll take it in, cuts, tried to dump it off where it was partially blocked, and that will do it. So Erie, they trail by 6. We'll take a timeout here as we head to the 4th quarter on the Erie Tiger Network.
Open up a browser and look up youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. To subscribe, sign into YouTube and press the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications about ETN posts. To like the video, click the thumbs up button on the right hand side of the screen. Use the bar on the bottom of the screen to move and skip parts in the video. To skip forward or backwards, use the arrow keys to move 5 seconds. You can pause the video at any time by pressing the spacebar or clicking with the mouse.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. As Erie girls, they've got a little bit of work to do here in this half. They trail by 6 here to start the quarter, I should say. Here on the road as they're trying to get some revenge after the loss at home to Frederick earlier this year.
In overtime. Correct?
I believe that is correct, yeah.
Yeah, in overtime.
There's been a few overtime games this year for Erie. Some really interesting finishes. Obviously last week in that Meade game. Earlier in the year, I believe it was Roosevelt that had came back and forced overtime, or it was Niwot actually. They went to overtime against Fort Morgan.
And then Berthoud was a last-second shot that benefited us, went in our favor. Have you ever hit a last-second shot, Mr. Bird?
I did in an intramural game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those count.
And it was only because the play was drawn up for someone else and everyone collapsed on him. I was wide open
You
for
pulled
a layup.
the Steve Kerr. You pulled the Steve Kerr from the Chicago Bulls. How'd that feel?
It felt good.
It felt good?
It felt good. Now Hoback will check in here. She has been in foul trouble throughout this contest. Tigers could use some of her tenacity. Patterson for 3.
Huge.
That one will rainbow through the net. And the Tigers back to within 4.
KP is clutch.
Now a shot off the window. The thing is, got to get it done on the defensive end.
So that's a big answer by the Warriors.
That's Hurtado's second bucket of the game. Now Hefner. Dribble out of trouble. Tigers will reset the offense. Hoback looks low. Nice catch there and seal out by Hefner.
And one.
Gets the bucket and the foul. And Anna Hefner, she's got 6 and will go to the line for the and one.
See if she can capitalize on this. Make it a 3-point game. What is her free throw percentage, Mr. Bird? I believe it was 45%.
Anna Hefner, 37%.
37, yeah, I was a little bit off. And add in a couple games.
15 of 41 coming into tonight. She's 0 for 1 tonight. That one will pop out. So 4-point deficit here for Erie, and need a stop and a foul coming on Dwinell, and Frederick will go to the line.
It's going to be a game of free throws, and the Warriors have done a great job tonight from the free throw line. I want to give a shout out. I see him in the student section, but to our big offensive tackle, Cameron Marcucci is signing his letter of intent tomorrow morning with CSU Pueblo for football. I'm going to give a big shout out to Cameron.
Big congrats there. I know there were a few schools in the RMAC that were looking at him, and went to Pueblo within the last month. And it was Luke Conalog, former Erie Tiger, that was his player host.
Yes. Yeah, he. It's going to be fun to watch him for the next couple of years.
By the way, if you ever want to see how a really good athlete is built, is there's another made layup, and now the Tigers in an 8-point hole. Luke Conalog is about how you'd construct the ideal athlete.
It's kind of a mix between like a RoboCop and young Arnold and John Cena and Brandon Bird all rolled into one. Minus the Brandon Bird part.
There's a three ball by Hoback.
Pulls it within 5.
I don't know what to say to that.
He's a great kid. When we played down in Pueblo a couple years ago, he came and met our team and hung out with them, and just a great individual. I wasn't here for his playing days, but have got to know him a little bit.
Ball tipped out. Hoback with the rebound. Tigers starting to hit some threes here. Now Patterson, a little feet shuffle, no call. Bounces up top to Hoback. Drives, kicks. Purcell thought about it. Now Hoback will reset. Tigers have passed up a couple looks here. Not that time as Patterson
deep.
Tickles the twine again. Her third 3 of the half. She's got 11. And now that leads all Erie scores after being blanked in half number 1. Pulls the Tigers back to within 3. Down the lane and contact, big contact there between Patterson, who kind of slid in a little bit late there and ran into DeSantis.
See if Frederick can maintain their hot streak from the free throw line. It's gonna be the game for the next 6 minutes. 5:22.
That one is up and in. Yeah, they have been unusually good here tonight. I believe Frederick is 18 of 26 from the line, as that one's off the mark.
Strong rebound by Anna Hefner, our freshman. Just get a big grin on my face to see her and Irby as they get out on the floor at the same time. That's encouraging.
Down low to Green, nice catch and layup off the left side there. And
2-point game.
Kaylee Green now has 7, and the Tigers back in business here.
We need to do some work on the defensive end here. We need a couple stops.
Teller with it. Bounces off, almost tipped away by Green, and then a nice little move. Green blocks it from behind, tipped out, ball on the floor, picked up by Frederick. Layup is no good, and they'll say on the arm, and actually the refs want a conference here. And a travel call.
4 sets of eyes are better than 2, Mr. Bird.
I believe Copernicus said that.
I believe you are correct.
There goes Patterson. Tigers a chance to tie or even retake the lead here. They've been hot from 3 land. Kicked out. Now down low. Hefner.
Good ball movement by the Tigers.
Goes up strong. That one just falls off. Hefner uses her big body. Could have gone right back up. Instead kicked it out to Patterson. They'll reset here. Near side. Hoback deep 2. That one was halfway down before it popped out. So 4 minutes remaining. 2-point game. Frederick with the ball as they bring it over the midline. That's, I believe, Tarnowski.
Fouls are going to be an issue as we, Purcell has 4. She's in trouble, and Hoback, I know, has some as well.
And
Gotta play
Hoback
smart basketball.
got knocked in the back of the head there. Patterson being tracked down from behind. Corrals it to Purcell. And Autumn Purcell hits from deep.
Automatic.
She is automatic.
Automatic Purcell.
Tigers regain the lead here, 49-48. Wild shot thrown up, rebounded by Hefner, a foul over the back, and right now the momentum all with the girls in orange.
We need to tag that, put it on a t-shirt, patent it, automatic Purcell.
And that is a huge foul. That is the 5th foul on Aspen Dufour. So she is fouled out of the game here. And for Frederick, that is their leading scorer. In fact, the only scorer in double-digit figures this year. So Tigers retake the lead. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network as we are under the midway point here in this final quarter, and the Tigers have retaken the lead here late.
3 minutes and 26 seconds left in this contest, and we'll see who can close it out. Team fouls are 10-6. Erie with 10 and Frederick with 6. Great ball movement to break the press.
Now Hoback with it. Thought about the three and just changed her pivot foot right before she put the ball on the ground. I think she knew it as soon as the whistle was blown. And I think she wanted to shoot that real bad and then at the last second changed her mind. Now Tarnowski will bring it up here for the Warriors. Tigers need some stops here down the stretch if they want to win this one. And both Tarnowskis, one has fouled out, and the other Tarnowski, I believe, sitting with 4. There's one of the stops you need. Oh, yes, DeFores.
The DeFores, yes, sir. Great to see the effort by a lot of our young Tigers and our whole team in general. There's a lot of loose balls, and they're getting on the floor and fighting for them. So those little things add up.
One way to beat the zone is to shoot the 3 ball when you get it in the gaps, and the Tigers have done that well here. Frederick has not made a 3 this half, and the Tigers have made 6, including 3 by Caitlin Patterson. Driving in, little runner that's blocked by Green and then tipped out and corralled there for Frederick. That's DeSantis. Now a little kick out to Tarnowski in the corner. Tigers starting to move their feet defensively here better. Another partially blocked shot. And another good job by Frederick not giving up. And now an entry pass and a foul called on Michaela Green.
That's a team 11, so we're in the bonus.
That is the first foul of the night on Michaela Green.
Michaela Green's done a great job tonight on both ends of the board.
Using those Harvard-esque smarts. Don't think, at least what I remember from senior night, that she's decided where she will go to school, but Harvard on the table.
She has opportunities to do whatever she wants to do. She's going to be extremely successful. I was talking to her mom, and she said that she wants to be, I believe, a pediatric surgeon. That's it's great to see, great to hear.
One is up and in, and so we are all square here.
2 minutes to go in the game to decide a huge league game here. A lot at stake.
Irby with it in the block. She'll kick out. Purcell goes cross court to Patterson. Thought about the 3. Feeds it low, and a foul called. And hey, I love Erie.
Not sure if I saw that one. It's hard to see from all the way up here. Yeah, I'm not throwing that one back, but we'll take it because that's a 1-and-1. It puts us in the 1-and-1.
Irby will head to the line here. That one's on Himmelstrand. That's her first. The freshman can't hit the front, and then Hefner just couldn't quite wrap her mitts around it. And so with 1:47 left, we're tied at 49. Good finish here to this one.
Do you have the comparisons in free throw shooting, Mr. Bird? How's that played out throughout this game?
Let's see here is, looks like the Tigers 6 for 15 from the stripe. Frederick unofficially 20 for 29. Wow.
It's a lot of opportunities.
Another turnover there for Frederick. Tigers have gotten some stops. Now they need to deliver with a bucket. Patterson catches. Tigers looking to shoot quick. They will. That's Patterson from deep. Just short. That one looked good. Now Hefner gets the steal. Dumps off to Phillips, and the Tigers reset. Patterson drives with the left hand. Floater, no good. Tapped out by Hefner, and that'll be Frederick basketball.
Good possession on that one for the Erie Tigers. A lot of opportunities.
See if the Tigers can get another stop here, but a timeout called on the floor. We'll stick right here as there is under a minute left, 58.7 ticks. This game is brought to you by Front Range Landfill, a modern municipal solid waste landfill in Erie that captures landfill gas as a safe and renewable energy source. Check them out online at frontrangelandfill.com. Well, Justin, the Tigers have come back a couple separate times in this game to take the lead. They haven't quite been able to take hold of this game. If they could get a stop here again, you're looking at a possession chance to win the game.
Definitely. League games on the road especially, it doesn't matter if you win by a point or 20. A league win on the road is something that you need to value and hold on to. So it'll be an interesting 58.7 seconds.
I don't know what it is about basketball, but for some reason, it just seems like teams have such a huge home advantage in basketball.
Definitely. I think these kids, they practice here on this floor, and they're familiar with it. They're familiar with the ins and outs.
Almost a steal there by Purcell. A wild shot, rebounded though by Dufour. Layup's no good, rebounded by Purcell. She'll strip away, gets it stolen, and the layup is up and good. 2-point lead here. That was DeSantis. 32 seconds left. Phillips drives, goes up with it short. Ball's tipped back out to Patterson. Right side for Autumn. And a timeout called by Coach Pfeiffer with 20 ticks left.
McKaylee Green's going to check in to get us another big body inside, and I think that's a good move. Let's keep in mind too that Dufour has 4 fouls. So maybe attacking her would not be a bad option, but I'm sure Coach Pfeiffer is going to run through all those. She's taking a full timeout as well, so she'll have a lot of time to figure out and drop a good game plan.
Coach Pfeiffer, so many senior options to go to, and but of all of those seniors on the floor, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Caitlin Patterson get the ball here.
Yeah, Caitlin Patterson or McKaylee Green as well. McKaylee Green's she's a special player. But also, with the way our team plays, it wouldn't surprise me if we find the open person. It could be Anna Hafner or someone else. I just hope that girls execute and compete.
So here we go, 51-49. Erie has come back from 2 pretty big holes here. Won by 8 in the third quarter and 13 in the second. And they trail it by 2 here. Tigers a little bit confused there. The inbound and tipped out to Phillips, and they'll say that she didn't reestablish herself inbounds in time as it was tipped back to her.
That's a weird one.
And now Tigers are trying to foul, and they finally get a call with 10.6 left.
Hopefully that's not on Purcell. It looks like it is, though. It's going to be her 5th.
Well, and more than anything, if you're Erie, really need one of these to be missed.
I'm not sure what our timeout situation is, but I'd be surprised to see first you got to get the rebound, and then maybe we'll set something up.
That one is good. Tarnowski.
This could be a dagger if she makes this one. Make it a 4-point game.
Tarnowski, 4 of 5 from the stripe tonight. That's that one. So now a 4-point game.
Frederick Warriors with a full timeout to set up a defense.
We had a malfunction there. Stick with us, fans. Well, we will actually end this stream, but get back onto YouTube following this one as the boys will take on Frederick, and a chance I think, for the boys to really build some momentum here. Two huge wins last week off teams ahead of them in the Tri-Valley, including the Meade Mavericks, who, man, that's a good feeling to knock off Meade for the first time in a long time.
Definitely. I think that's the biggest thing, is just climbing the ladder of the Tri-Valley. And they're playing well. It's the same thing, though. Every game, especially on the road, is important. What's your biggest takeaway from this game, Mr. Bird, for our girls?
You know, I just I always like seeing when Anna Hefner plays well. Just kind of gets you excited about next year. And I know this has been the theme all year, and the Tigers have come up short a lot, but they never quit. And I think that that's exciting when you think about Coach Pfeiffer. It's her first year, and these girls, you know, their third coach in 3 years. A lot of girls could quit, and they never do.
Definitely. KP driving it up.
Gotta go quick here for Erie. Patterson fires, and that's good with 2 ticks left, and they will say time expired. Before the foul, Patterson made it close, but unfortunately Erie will fall. That was her 4th 3 of the half, and the Tigers lose that one by a final score of 52-53 as they fall to 6-14 on the season. Well, that's going to do it for us here on this broadcast as we get ready for the boys broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this one. For Justin, Sydney, and Grayson, I'm Brandon. Have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see you in a little bit for the boys game.